Hello everyone, my name's Corey, and today I will be playing the new Set 18 King Piccolo deck. It's a general aggro deck with some mid-range tendencies, and the general strategy is to spam out a bunch of free dudes like the old Red King Piccolo from Set 11, I think? Might be 12, I can't remember. So it plays very similarly, but does not play on your opponent's turn as much as the old one did.
And I'm Frank, and I'll be playing the new Red Syn Shenron deck in set 18. The deck is played in multiple ways I've seen. There's like a mid-range version, playing more unison-based strategies and such that we're used to seeing in Red. But I'm playing a very to the gas pedal aggro version, really trying to kill on turn 3, and sometimes even maybe sneak a turn 2 kill in. So, yeah, play is just very aggressive.
So we already did our rolls and our mulligans, and Frank won the dice roll, so he'll start us off.
So my mulligan was actually a little awkward. In this game, you really want to start off with one of these at least, and then either the Oceanus or the Haze as a one drop to basically get to four cracked Dragon Balls. The cracked Dragon Balls, you activate them and you draw a card and then put the cracked Dragon Ball directly into your life, which the leader can awaken once you have six cracked Dragon Balls. So you almost always awaken on turn one or two. But charging here is really awkward. But fortunately, we have two Dragon Balls instead of one, so the math works out. Basically, you want to have four on turn one, and then get the last two, so you plus as much as you can. So we'll go ahead and charge Oceanus, activate the one-star Dragon Ball. We look at our life and our deck for up to two cracked Dragon Balls. And you want to take the Dragon Balls from your life if you can. This deck doesn't have a way to self take life. So you want to take from your life as much as you can because once you get to three, you can use the Z Awakened. But that'll come a little later if we get to that point. Would you like to cut my life? And then I'll activate two Dragon Balls. You're supposed to activate them one at a time, but a lot of people like to shortcut. It's not that big of a deal. And sometimes you awaken on turn one, which we're going to. Draw a card. So the Oceanus and Haze are really good because one, they set up your awaken condition, and two, both of them have an effect that you can discard them from the hand or put them from the battlefield into the drop to give your Shadow Dragon's abilities. Haze can give crit at any time. Oceanic gives barrier only at the start. So we're going to go ahead and awaken. Get a little more card draw down, a little another guy down. On the draw, this is a little better, but we can attack. We'll play Nova, use Shenron effect to give him negative 15k. So that
You have to have two or
I have two more
effect.
energy. I'm not going to do that. I'm going to play that guy next.
It's a Z. It's just Z energy for this part, right?
Yes.
Yeah, or
Decks are brand new. We're still getting used to it.
yeah, we'll probably make some player mistakes. All right, so King Piccolo. My mulligan was my Drew was pretty good, so I went all play. But ideally, you want this card, the King Piccolo Still Undone. This is basically your piano from Red Piccolo. If you have a Demon Climb when you play it, you draw a card, and then whenever you play a demon using a skill with cost two or more, you also draw a card and can take a life. One of the weird things about this King Piccolo deck is that it actually awakens at four or less life, and that's the only way it awakens. Or it also awakens if you have three more demons at play. So either way can kind of work. The weird thing to remember on the front side is in order to play a card, you have to take a life. It's a cost, not a up to life. So this leader can get punished by people that want to be more aggressive. So I've got my starter. You also want to hopefully get a unison. I'm not. I'm still playing the deck, so I don't know if playing unison on turn two is better or trying to play more demons. But you can only play demons once on a turn. So we'll see how it goes with the unison build. We might change it up as the format goes through. So I'm gonna go ahead and charge this card. The Piccolo Faded Rival is more of an endgame card. It can evolve on your three drop in the deck. So for now, it's a good charge. And since I drew it, I'll go ahead and play my King Piccolo Still Undone. I do not draw a card because I don't have a demon, but it is a barrier card. So now I'll use my leader and swing on life for my auto pending. So as I was saying with King Piccolo, you take a life, draw a card, and then you can play a demon with cost two with 10k power or less. That's very specific, so make sure people don't try and play the new piano on you. So I'll play Symbol, just because it's the only one I have. When Symbol comes into play, oh god, sorry, it's wrong. Symbol is whenever he attacks. You choose two Demon Clan cards in your battle area, and they get plus 5k, so he becomes a 15k attacker. Late game, if you want, you can combo him, and he gives your leader double strike when you combo off that. So my King Piccolo effect will trigger. I'll take a life to draw a card. I think a draw card to take a life, but either way. And then I will 10k on
No, 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 no.
it will not combo from my side. Oh, I forgot. You're awakened on turn one because that deck does some shenanigans things.
And like I talked about taking life earlier. Like some people may be like, "Oh, you want to stay on the front side, take a little more life from the damage." Uh, Getting to your Z leader is not wildly important, though it is good. So like make it on the other aggro deck to sort of like deal the damage to me and make it more difficult for them. It's typically better than just like being at a lower life so I can Z away.
And as I'm an aggro deck, I'm going to do my moniker because this guy's just going to die to his leader effect next turn, more than likely. So I'm going to go ahead and swing on your life, and he'll get 5k from his effect.
No negates.
And we'll keep it at. I think I'll keep it at 15. I don't think I have a reason to come out. Yep, I'll just keep it at 15 and pass my turn. My turn was not as impressive as the Sin player's turn
So
was.
turn two is where things get kind of wild on this deck. A lot of our cards get very, very good. We get a lot of access to our Z deck. But we'll start off. So I'll play Syn Shenron, Dread Destroyer.
Yeah, that's a good one. Draw a card.
We'll attack the whole lot. Attack life.
Negates.
15. Attack with Shenron.
No negates.
I believe he just KOs. Right?
You KO one of your dudes
KO here.
and gives
Minus
him
him
minus
20.
20.
He'll replay, get your draw card. Yep. Now I have 2 energy.
Any combo.
Yes.
Oh, that's amazing.
So you're a 10K leader, so I'm at 30. So I'm going to leave it at 30 because he has to do a lot, and then I'm going to give him crit.
Ooh, that's a point.
So 30K double strike crit. So if he wants to get out of this, he's probably going to have to get several cards. And our super combos activate early, and we get charged with Z energy for maybe next turn, or maybe something he doesn't know what I'm having in my Z deck. Though it's pretty telegraphed right now because Z decks are really limited to what they can use.
Yeah, and unfortunately, I did not draw a homicidal clones to not take this hit. I was hoping I would get it off my life. So I can either burn 30k, so I'd have to burn 5 cards or take the double strike crit. I think I actually just have to take the hit this time, unfortunately. So that's a little that hurts a lot.
Oh, we'll attack again with Nova Shenron.
Yes, you will.
15.
So I don't want to awaken this early. So I'm gonna go ahead and use my Paragus. I will draw 2.
Okay.
And then I warp a card, so I will warp this in unison because I get the feeling this, and I'll put this in my Z energy.
Also, put Beerus in the energy. I didn't announce it, but always make sure you're saying when you put the energy. The big curve to this format, at least starting out, is going to be just making sure you announce the energy, put it in there, and that you're charging your Z energy when you want to, and knowing when to and when not to. I'll pay 1 to play Ice Shimmer.
Ooh,
Attack life.
that negates.
15.
I need to check something on my guy. Yeah, I thought so. All right, so what I'm checking is my awakening on my Z leader, because this deck awakens at 2 life. One thing to remember about the King Piccolo is to awaken, you have to be at 2 life, but you also have to have a King Piccolo in your drop area. So remember that a lot of people will forget that cost on the claws. So I'm debating if I want to combo off a King Piccolo or not. Uh, so I am not drawing my kill cards. Or do I awaken? So I'm basically debating, do I want to awaken now, lose the energy that I would get on my turn when I play it, or if I just combo out of this, because he's going to kill it and attack with it again, and it's going to have crits. That's a tough call. I think I'm just going to take the hit this time and play it too, and hope I can do something next turn.
Leader effect, target Ice.
Yep. No
Uh,
valid target.
yep. Ice and Nova, when they die and you have 2 more energy and you have 6 Z energy, you can, he draws a card and replays himself, and he gains crit and replays himself. Speaking of, Ice will attack 15K crit.
Yep. No negates.
15.
I'll go ahead and activate another Paragus because I got nice to draw that. I'm also going to combo off a King Piccolo the God Seal. The reason I'm doing this is I want to get the King Piccolo in my drop because his leader's coming in. He can't Z Awaken his leader, and I can combo it and hopefully stabilize it too and be able to kind of push back. That's my idea. I'm hoping not to be able to awaken this turn, but something tells me I'm not going to be. Oh, I need a warp for Paragus. We'll warp. So I'm warping my unisons because one, he's already got a board full, and two, if I play a unison next turn, I'm probably just actually dead. I think. I mean, I could get dormant potential, and that could keep me alive, maybe.
Another thing I think I said earlier, just wanted to clarify. I think when I said he pulls back from the drop, that you have to have 2 energy and Z energy. The 2 energy part is for the coming back from the drop, and then to play him, you have to have 6 Z energy. So if you like spend your Z energy later to like summon the Z Awaken leader, they still come back even if you don't have 6 Z energy. But you comment out of that attack. I could use this to give Big Shenron here a barrier, but I'm
No, you
not.
can't. You have to have 3
I have 3
for
more
that.
energy. It's not 2 or more. It is 3 or more. Okay.
Yeah, those cards are so weird.
I don't know how to play card games. Don't mind me. Next turn I might come to play, but I will pass turn.
You're not going to swing your leader
I guess I should.
because you draw a card too.
Again, I'm just really bad. Don't mind me.
We're also learning these decks.
I'm
These
thinking
cards
about
are
a lot
really-
of things right now, especially next turn, and I'm. Anyways, tag with leader. I'm going to draw my extra card.
Yeah, no negates.
Just 15.
So this is going to be an expensive way to get out of, but again, what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to preserve my energy for next turn. I really want to awaken, so we'll combo off with a drum and a King Piccolo. That'll give me up to 20, and I'll put the drum in my Z energy. So one thing to know about, or sorry, I'm going to put my Piccolo in the thing. So drum is a really cool thing. If your leader is a 15k pace power, you can actually combo with him from the drop area. And then if you don't put him in your Z energy, he warps himself. And when he's put from the Z energy into your drop, you also warp him as well. So you want at least one in your drop if you're going to be on your backside.
Also, pro tip: attack with your leader. It's good.
That's pretty good, I hear.
It's not bad. We play card games. I'm going to look at everything before saying pass this time, and then I'll pass.
Alrighty, so I managed to survive that, if you want to call it that, because I am now at 2 and he's at 6. Just show you the power of Syn Shenron at 5. Yeah, super high life total. So now, what am I trying to do? I'm trying to one not die. So here's another problem thing. I can't actually attack because I'm going to go to 1 because in order to play with his front side, you have to take the life. So instead, what I'm going to do is I'm going to do my top searcher. What I'm looking for is I'm looking for the 2-drop that can actually kill stuff. So of him, I'll look at the top 5, 2, 3, 4, 5. And it just wants to give me drums or increased powers. So I think he can look for Namekian 2, but it has to be 4 or less. So like I could actually pick up. So if you don't get your Piccolos, you could technically pick them off of here. Wow, I think I'm just gonna have to grab a drum. So the reason I grab drum is one, I need to clear stuff on his side of the board because it's just getting problematic. The other side is on his backside. He can play a 3 or less, I think. Yeah. Yeah, it is 3 or less. I also don't know my cards. He can play a 3 or less, so what I can ideally do is I can play a couple of these and pop 2 of his dudes, um, which will let me hopefully survive a little bit turn. There are also blockers, which is nice, which can help out. They're probably not going to survive because Syn Shenron's effect kill it. But if I play a couple of them, I'm hoping maybe one of them survives and I can stop his triple striker. That's probably going to come out next turn. That's what I'm fearing for a little bit. Go ahead and activate Awaken to draw a card, untap an energy, and go to my backside where I am fairly strong.
Way better leader.
Yeah, definitely better than the front side. So now I'm figuring out which one. So we're gonna go ahead and go on life. I think I need to try kill him. So we'll spin on life. Auto pending.
Um, we have the option to do this, and we probably do. Can I see drum real quick? Make sure I'm not a silly human. Then you're
Oh,
drum.
this drum.
So I'm probably going to do this now. I'm going to activate test in opposition. One, make it a little more difficult. If he wants to KO, if he wants to be more aggressive, he has to KO the blocker. If he wants to be more defensive, he has to pick what he blocks.
I don't think I can. Oh, it's any battle card. You're right.
So I don't have my token.
I don't either.
That'll
Oh wait, it'll do. Do the second one.
This is a Cyberman. I know he looks real meta. Promise, Cyberman.
We're really unprepared this week. It's a new week, guys. We got our decks built. We're going to town.
Done a lot of reading, done a lot of figuring it out. So yeah, make a blocker. And they get the attack. All right, results.
We'll resolve autos. So with King Piccolo, your auto is you draw a card from your deck, and then you can play a demon or Namekian with cost 3 or less from play. So I'm going to play my drum. The drum will let me KO any card. So I'm going to.
Oceanus, correct, yeah.
Oh, she has it. So why did I go for that one? He's a double striker, and he's a 20k.
That's scary.
It's realistic. I don't know.
Removal.
Yeah, oh yeah, he also can KO one of his own dudes for free to KO one of my dudes. So he just triggers things. My King Piccolo will trigger. I will draw a card, but I will not take the life because it is up to one
Come
life.
on.
So he stopped my turn. Oh yeah, and I had another trigger because again we're learning triggers. We'll play King Piccolo. Whenever you play a battle card with a skill, you can pay 1 mana once per turn. It's a limit one to play him from your hand. And what he does is he gives your demons more power. So I think that's all the effects I have on this guy, right? Do you guys have anything weird special? Oh wow, I forgot about that thing. Another thing to remember: if he tries to KO your battle cards with skill, you can remove a Z energy to keep him alive. Now, one thing
Is
to
it
note:
only Demon Cleanse the Mechans?
uh, one you're making or demon cleanse. That's
Yeah.
correct. Now, one thing to remember about that: if your battle card is minused and killed that way, you technically could trigger the skill, but it's going to still be minus for the turn, so it'll still die. So don't waste it on here. So against red, this effect is pretty meh. Against other colors, it's actually useful. So now I'm thinking, what do I do? I could Z Awaken right now. The Z Awaken would let me play another battle card and also play a dude um, in order to pressure his life. I don't think I'm killing him this turn, especially since my Z Awaken. So the Z Awaken is actually a really good card because it will give me 5k. It gives all your Namekian and green Demon Clan cards 5k. That includes the Z leader because he's only 50k, but he is a Namekian. But also, if I have a King Piccolo in my Z energy, he also gets another 5k in cred. So I can be a 25k leader on the turn. So that's something to keep in mind. But the big reason why I'm thinking about it is his activate main is he lets you play another demon with cost 3 or less into play, and I'm thinking about trying to throw another demon out and see how far I can get with things. Or try and be defensive. That's also an option. So I'm actually going to Z Awaken.
Sure.
So Z Awaken, new mechanic. Everyone knew with the Zenkai energy, you choose every time you combo a card, which we completely forgot to botch this. You can choose one of your cards at the end of the combo to put them in your combo area and put them in your Z energy at the end of the deck, at the end of battle. And then when to pay for Z costs, you pay their costs. So most of the Z leaders will have one, this one's zero, and then you put the required number of Z energy cards into your drop, which is indicated by this number up here. New mechanic, everyone will learn it. I don't get any special things when I Z Awaken, but I will activate his main to play another drum because he's going to limit one per turn, and I'm going to KO his draw card.
And they only come back when they're KO'd by one of my skills.
Alrighty. So cards in hand
7.
that also have 7. So I think being aggressive isn't the right play, but I am going to swing here with my King Piccolo. So the reason I'm trying to clear his board is I'm trying to be clear his board and hope I can be defensive enough next turn to kill him with my Z leader next turn. So we'll swing him with his auto spinning.
We will block. Oh, we're going to block. One of these always trying to kill this. And I want to incentivize him to attack my life. Since I won't have him as a blocker anymore. Also, Drum's a blocker, right?
He is.
Showing with what's on the board, he's going to have to tackle some of his blockers in order to kill this Shenron if he wants to.
He gets to restand, by the way.
Oh, no.
There.
But block.
I will activate the autos, which will give my demons 5k for the turn, and restand him. I will not combo.
That clearly Cyberman token is gone.
So I think normally here you would want to keep this up so next turn your demons can swing, but I think I really want to just have him play as many of his things. I just want him to play his dudes instead of having them on the field. So I'm going to try and swing on here again and see if he will combo some cards out of it. I will not combo. Let's see if it's good. I'll go ahead and combo up to 25. The reason being is I want more Z energy in case next turn I need to try and rip his hand to pieces with the Frieza Z leader. Also, I want him, if he wants to save this, I want him to kind of burn a lot of cards for it.
Hmm. Well, he's right. I really do want to save it because I want to activate. I want to play this card and use its effect, coupled with this card. So I'm gonna go to 25, and
All right, I will charge this to my Z energy.
I'll charge the beers to mine.
And with that, I will pass my turn. These lose their 5k power.
So draw. Um, don't think we'll need 2 of this. This is only 1 per turn.
That's a good card, too.
We will activate Synchron.
Yes, sir.
Draw card. The reason we want to do that is because we want to go ahead and just kill both of his blockers before they can even block. So we're going to activate. Actually, we may want to pressure first because he may block with that card. But the big thing is here he has a mana open, so he could dormant potential. So we really want every attack to count. So I can attack with this first and then pop it with my leader effect. But if he dormants me, then my attacks are very limited. So I'm going to go ahead and activate.
Also, my dorm will kill that.
All right, so I'm going to activate dormant leader ability here to kill one of the drums.
And my drum dies.
He comes back.
I will. Oh wait, no, so
It's not
minus
a
20. That's why. Yeah.
Uh,
But
attack,
exactly what I was saying.
attack fire.
All right, and he played around it correctly, but I'm going to activate Door Potential.
So which one are you going to kill?
We'll kill the 2-drop.
Sure. I will sack here.
And I will pitch my Unison, because again, I still don't think I'm going to be using
I
Unison.
will sack it to give your drum negative 20. Cards down.
5 at the moment.
So that's 5. If he has homicidal clones here, going in with these guys is a little detrimental, a lot more detrimental. But I think it's still going to be overall fine. So we'll just leave it.
I'm at 25 right now.
Casino?
Yeah.
It's on both turns
Yeah, it's permanent.
during your turn.
Oh,
King
did I
Piccolo is
misread that?
energy. It's a top hit during your turn.
Again, we're still learning these cards, so I'm at 20k.
So we're gonna leave it just at 20 match.
Since I'm going to die otherwise, yeah, we're gonna combo out to 25 and put that in my Z.
I'll activate Omega Shenron.
Yep.
Unfeeling Retribution. This card does a lot. Once per turn, if he'd be minus 5x, he gets plus suffocating instead, so it's really hard for red to kill him. And then if you're 2 mana, if your leader is him, and or any red Shadow Dragon, you can play him for 2. He's a 30k triple striker that has an activate battle that gives a lot of cards minus power. Well, we will attack live.
Yeah, I will cry deeply because I did not draw my I didn't draw my thing.
And it's okay to go all out here. One, we have a Z Awaken that's free, so we can get a little defense. 2, he's big and has an activate battle that can interact on his turn. So I will combo to 50. And then I'll also use his activate battle to give him negative 3k for every card of my Z energy.
And I think it's like 8 now.
Yeah.
How many you have?
Yeah. 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18, 20, negative 24.
Yeah, he's
So I will be at 50 triple.
I can get to 45.
All right, and that'll do it.
So thank you for joining us. That was a very quick game. I did not expect. So Shenron is super aggressive, and I thought with King Piccolo having homicidals and dormant potentials and blockers, I could have actually survived up to the turn 3. I think that was actually a really close game. I think had he not been able to have a way to kill me on that turn, or if I had a way to defend, I think I could have cracked him back even at 4 life through a Z Awaken and probably maybe either killed you or almost killed you.
You're probably not wrong there. Like I said, Shenron's just a hyper aggro deck, at least the version I've built. I was kind of banking on being able to Z Awaken and having the Shenron effect active. But yeah, I think the game was really close in hindsight. Yeah, I think everything went about as expected, more or less.
All right. Well, thank you for joining us. If you like what we're doing, please hit the like button, subscribe, and we want to thank AF Team AFG for letting us make all this content for them.